Nick and Era, I mean, they
Yep.
go way back. There's been two teammates. They've won. They've, I mean, played in two tournaments in the past, two in houses in the past. I mean, majors in the past together. They have sparred each other many times. I mean, I feel like this is a type of matchup where, like, because they've played each other so much, like that experience is gonna come into play here, and it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely gonna affect. I think both of them, to be honest, because I
Right.
mean, you when you play with somebody, when you like when you have a duo
Yeah.
like that and you spar with them and they're a sparring partner like that, you know what they
Right.
go for, and especially for them to be pulling out their mains here, where Nick is over on the Lucian, we see Error over on the Kaya here. I mean, I think this match can
Right.
definitely be a very even matchup, and it could definitely
Yeah.
go to a game 5 as well too. And I'm hoping it does go to a game
Absolutely.
5 because, I mean, man, I'm excited to watch
Yeah.
this matchup, to be honest.
Yeah. Errors previous in the to get to top eight, won in the game five. But yeah, when you have when they have the brawlers introduce themselves, hey man, hey broski, you know that they're just friends, even though obviously they're very competitive, and both of them absolutely want to win.
Indeed. And already, I mean, getting back to the gameplay, we talk about even. You look at the damage right now, it's even across the board. It's anybody's game here. You're just trying to see anybody trying to find their footing at the moment. Eric kind of just playing it around here. A side six is going to come out. Nick is going to connect with it here, looking to kind of get this stock out of here immediately, whilst Eric is just looking to build up a little bit more damage and then lead to that knockout there. Nice and sick does connect, send him so far away, but Kaya defense is going to come into play here. Lives another day. Gets a recovery, but recovers low here. D-Light Seer, not dropping it
Not
this
gonna do the
time.
double delight. Not
Not
gonna do the double delight this time. That's
Ooh, big
and
ground
then so the
pound.
ground pound will take it, and
And
so we do have Error taking the first stock.
indeed, Eric going to be taking that first stock. And I mean, Eric Code, if we talk about his run today, he had a very rough run. What? This is.
Okay. I I kind of at a loss for words as to what that was, but I think they're just chilling out, and that's all good.
Um. What was that GCD light error? I mean, not GCD light. What was that GC taunt error up in the heavens? I mean. That was actually amazing, and I mean Nick capitalized on it and was able to get the knockout. But I was talking about Error just a moment here. He had a very rough run to get into the top 8, and I believe for his top 8 game he had to fight Blaze Slayer, where he created an upset. I mean seed number 2. He was able to knock out seed number 2 in a game 5 position and able to, I mean, punch his ticket into the winner's side top 8, and that's why he's here to fight Nick here. And I mean, like I said, very interesting set, neck and neck. And right now you're seeing, I mean, Error building his lead from what he started off, able to take the first stock, and now he's been able to rack up so much damage onto Nick. But still, Nick is looking to answer back quickly, looking to rack up some blasters damage. 3 hits here, 3 consecutive hits. Error is not trying. I mean, he's trying to find his way back onto stage here, going for the down sig, doesn't connect, and light connects from Nick. Looking for the dodge here, but doesn't able to get it. Error makes it back to stage, going for the Sayer. Ground pound connects. Is that enough? The weapon throw, no, the recovery connects. Unarmed down sig, no punish coming in from Nick. Now Nick over onto the trusty guitar. It's just a haymaker gonna come out from Error and lead to the knockout.
Right. Yeah. So that was a really interesting stock to see. Like a lot of cheeky moves, but also really well spaced punishes with especially Spear Sarah. Not
Yeah.
able to really get a punish this time though on the blasters move, but that's a well spaced there on the blasters to go ahead and take the stock. And it means that both sides are now in their last stock.
Yep, and like I said, I mean, this is going to be a very even match, and I possibly go to game 5, because, I mean, like I said, the experience coming in from both of these guys, they're going to know each other inside out, and I think when you're coming into this set, you're definitely going to have to bring something new to the table, and I feel like Era has been doing that. You know, he's
Yeah.
kind of a master of many legends. He's been
Yeah.
playing Azuri, he's been playing Ember, and this Kaya pick has been kind of his main as of recently, but it's something that, you know, Nick could possibly not be too much prepared for. On the other hand, when you look at Nick, he's been on this Lucian kind of 24/7, so Eric could be definitely prepared for this, and I mean, coming into this one, he definitely knows how Nick plays as Lucian. But getting to the action here, you're seeing that it's coming down last dog red situation. Side stick comes out from Aaron, not connecting. But Nick here hits a side stick of his own in the middle of the stage, and just like that, game 1 going towards Nick's favor.
Right. Yeah, they were both. I think my sort of take is that they're both. I saw both from really just trying to react to how the others are doing, especially if that kind of familiarity to really really just make sure that it was actually a pretty even match all the way. As Nick mentions in the lobby, about 5 damage difference.
Yeah, indeed, and I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. Well, we are seeing a swap here coming in from Era. He's gonna be locking in with the level 39 Queen Eye. So we're once going to be seeing another pick here, another Queen Eye pick. Aside from aesthetics, in our last set, we're going to be seeing Eric pull out his Queen Eye pick, and I mean, this is not that much, far of a reach of a pick here for Eric, even though it's not his main. It's definitely weapons that he has played. Oh, I mentioned the Azuri. He's been playing Azuri kind of as of lately or in the past. So the Katars is obviously going to be coming in here, and we saw the spear from the Kaya, of course. So no surprise that he's going to be pulling out this Queen Eye here to possibly, have a little bit of defense to fight against Knic's Katars here and, his blasters in general. But what do you think about the swap from from his pick over to the Queen Eye here for the second game?
Well, so far it seems to be going quite well. Like we saw actually even without the weapons, and now we're catching a ground pound to take the first stock. But we saw earlier, the unarmed to start off catching a dodge, and then especially if Arrow can keep catching a lot of those dodges, guitar can be an extremely potent weapon. So definitely more so than bow it would be. Right, and right now, where it's almost a whole stock lead, although Arrow is slightly behind in damage despite being up a stock. That Sarah won't connect. Now just trying to really work around the blasters here, because Knic is really zoning out to try to equalize another well-spaced Sarah, and another well-spaced Sarah will take it.
Yep, and just like that,
really,
it's an even-up game here, Jaguar. Anybody's game here to win, and just basically a run back from game number 1, to be honest. And you're seeing, like I said, like you mentioned, they're kind of trying to play off of each other and just trying to, like you said, rack up damage, kind of off each other. It's kind of like this back and forth gameplay that we've been seeing between Knic and Era here for, these games so far.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The end sig catching off there. We're starting to see a lot of the same sigs that we saw, earlier. We saw the slide charge D sig didn't quite catch, but the end sig always powerful, always catches, especially when stacked on Queen Nai. And Era's just trying to now build up the lead, and just trying to avoid that Blaster's Wall. Knic's, that seems to be like Knic's greatest asset there, is to just have that Blaster's Wall to build up damage, and put Era in a situation where Era has a spatial disadvantage and needs to come back to stage and has to deal with the Blaster's Wall.
Yep, indeed.
Doesn't connect with Delight Recovery though on that one, but the Sarah does connect. Recovery doesn't quite get there and avoids the side sig.
Ooh, what a ground pound!
I don't think they have much options. They make it back. Erico's not going to make it back chasing down, and so we have going to the final stock. Was not expecting that outcome, but Erico still having a bit of a lead. Will Erico be able to close it out?
Yeah, I think it's definitely doable here. You see the ground pound coming out from Era here. Probably looking for another ground pound. Doesn't connect. Knic goes low, though. Wait, does he make it back? Does, but a ground pound coming in from Era. Now looking for the edge guard here against Knic. The senior signatures here coming out from him. Nice pogo. Another pogo. Going for the recov, not connecting. Knic.
This is Nair hits.
Oh, Knic looking to still rack up some nice damage here. Ooh, but a big Seer is going to land. And just like that, Jaguar, it is a 1-to-1 position where, it's even in the set count between both of these players. And you look at kind of the damage stats, this Queen Nai definitely worked out a lot from for Erico. You look at the damage output, the damage per engagement, it was 6.5 coming in from Error. And you look at kind of the overall damage, 511, compare that to the 316 coming in from Knic. I think Error kind of had a download on to Knic coming into the second game from this Lucian pick, and you see that a little bit of confidence. It worked in game number 2, and he's going to be locking it here in this game number 3. Same Queen Nai pick. Jaguar, what do you think about this, the Queen Nai Legend? It worked out for him a lot, and do you think that Knic is going to be making any swaps anytime soon, perhaps?
I don't see it right now. Lucian seems to be just fine. Like the blasters seem to be fine. It's just a matter of just needing to be more effective. Like really emphasizing what blasters does with zoning can be a lot to sort of counter sort of the error code's Queen Nai. Because blasters, the Katars definitely want to get up close, and blasters is a way to stop them from getting up close. With the zoning tools, avoids the NSIG, and Knic is reading, gets the recovery off. That side sig doesn't connect and get punished. So they're still about even, and catches with the side sig. Error code gets a couple hits off, but not too much more from that. And avoids the down sig. Knic gets a recovery, so still about equal. Knic, and there's a D sig.
And
nice
arm combo. Just like that, Nick is going to be taking that first stock out of there. Now juggling weapons, going to be sticking over onto the guitars. I mean, you know, Nick's guitars has been popping off. It has been kind of his main weapon where he's been building up damage. Throughout those past 2 games that we saw, we've been seeing Nick kind of utilize these guitars to really rack up as much damage as he can in order to, you know, push his lead even more. He's able to take the first stock out of there, but he still needs to build a lead here, especially if you're going to have to go through, you know, a strong defense legend as well, to like Queen and Knic.
Yeah.
And that's what he's been doing right now. It seems like, you know, from that game number 2, he's been using that game to kind of get the download onto Era's and get him, you know, kind of get an idea of how Era plays his Queen Knight pick, of course, because it's something that, you know, I think he hasn't been prepared for too much, but it seems like right now, just one game is all it takes in order to kind of completely swap, you know, what the results of what was happening from that past game in the game number 2. It seems his game 3, he has a little bit more better idea of this this Queen Knight legend pick here coming from Eric.
Yeah, well, Eric showed off the tricks with the side light on guitars and the side sig and D sig.
Yep.
And like Nick just really making sure to respect that now and not getting too much of that, not getting too much problem with that. Right now, Nick trying to land snare, like still trying to deal with that ground pound there situation, and
Nice.
catch punishes the end sig very nicely.
Yeah.
But yeah, avoiding my side sig is really and all those other sigs. If you can really respect those, then you have a lot more viable way to face Queen Knight.
Yep, and I mean, it's not all hope lost just as yet for Era. All he needs is one, I mean, good string and a good signature, perhaps, and that's going to be lights out for Nick, and it's going to be even stock on here, and you're seeing Era just kind of playing it cautious, realizing that any damage that Nick gets right now, it's all extra credit, and it's going to be harder for him to make back up that damage lead. He's racking up some nice damage, he goes for that end sig, but the punish from Nick is only just a recovery, but nothing more, and Nick answers back with a nice little guitar string and looking to build up his lead even more. He currently has him on orange health, dodges the down sig. I mean, that's just gonna... those down sigs hit, I mean, everybody, man, and it catches everybody off guard, but someone like Era, who's accustomed to playing with Nick and is accustomed to the tendencies of what Nick goes and, you know, what he does, he's going to be aware of those things, and I think that's why he's going to have an upper hand in this set. Right. And a big recovery is going to connect and lead to the knock-on. Just like that, we have a tied up stock position. But still, the lead has already been established here for Nick, and all he needs is just one good string, and then he's looking to get the knockout onto Era.
Right. Nick on Blasters now, picking it up after the stock slip. Nice. There's a well-spaced Sarah. Not really too much more off of that. The Nick special does not connect this time, so we're still there. Nick, recovery won't be enough, but Eric goes in the air, and air is good, and that sig will take the stock, so Nick does come back with game 3.
Yep, game number 3, Nick had the download. He said that, you know what, Era, man, this Queen Knight pick, it was working out for you in that game number 2, and it did find you a lot of success, but you know what, man, I gotta figure it out. I know your tendencies already, and I'm already inside of your head, and you look at the stats, you're seeing more damage being output from Nick, and it's not like that game number 2, where you saw Era with just such a massive lead that it looked like it was insurmountable. It seems like Nick has this pick on the download, and it's surprising to me that Era is going to be sticking with this pick going into game number 4. A matchup. I mean, this is an elimination. This is winner side as well too. So whoever loses this is going to be going down to elimination side here. So Era is currently at risk to being eliminated because Nick has him on match point. 2-1 right now in Nick's favor.
We are in game 4 now, and Eric goes the first to pick up the weapon, already getting a bit of juggling off there. Nick Knight will land recovery, and so Eric already has an early lead in neutral here. Just like that quick string off there, but right now they're just saying kind of, let's see if he covers. They're going to pick up a weapon. Yes, Error picks up the guitars now. So already Error up a little bit. That another end sig gets punished by Nick, and Nick with a good recovery. That side sig does not connect. Nick takes it back on the GC sig, and there's this well-placed side sig punish.
Yep, still not enough to knock out though. Just good damage regardless, and now we're seeing Error over onto the spear. Gets a nice recovery, leads to the knockout, and now we're seeing once again Era in control of this game here. And I'm wondering, are we going to be seeing a repeat perhaps to game number 2? Does Nick actually have the download onto Era? Perhaps on the Queen Knight? Maybe, you know, we're seeing Era utilizing the spear a little bit more perhaps. I mean, he got it for the knockout for the first stock, and we're seeing here him favoring the spear over than the guitars, and I mean, rightfully so. For a guy like Nick whose, you know, kind of main focus is that guitars to build up the damage and kind of just to get some sort of, footing in this game here. I mean, you see he's now over to the guitars to go over to that weapon of the spear where, you know, you're kind of a little bit more familiar with it, specifically because you have been, practicing the Queen Knife, and the Kaya as well, too. I mean, yeah, it makes sense for you to be favoring this spear here, and it seems like it's been working out because the lead right now, Jaguar, it's been established here from Era, a full 2 stocks up.
Right, yeah, you saw, I think, stock, I think, folks while you're talking, like, Knic was basically going off stage, and Eriko was there with the ground pound to punish. Eriko, though, going off stage, and that GC Sig means Eriko doesn't have any options to get back, so finally loses the first stock in that fashion, but still up a whole stock, despite that. We'll have to see, like, if Era's not going to be on Spear again, but absolutely, like, Spear, and just like I saw guitars, are potent edge-guarding weapons that you can use, especially for situations like this. Knic being off stage now. Dodge is pretty special, but is immediately punished because Knic still lands right on Error.
Yeah, and just to spot dodge a signature like that, not even just like dodge and move away from it, just a raw spot dodge, that's just like an insane call out, just saying that, you know what, man, I'm in your head, I know what you're gonna do next, I'm just 2 moves ahead of you already, I know what's your next move, and that's just that experience what I'm talking about. I mean, because you know that person like in the back of your hand here, you're gonna know what they're gonna be going for. But it seems like Knic also kind of has a little bit of idea of Era and how he plays this Queen Knight just a little bit. You're seeing him rack up some nice damage, but still the lead has already been established here, and it's looking like it's going to be probably lights out here for Knic. But does he get the stock out of here? No, he doesn't, with a down sig connects. And just like that, Jaguar, we have our second set for today is going to be going to Game 5.
Game 5, yes.
Indeed.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Compare, I mean, how did that last game go compared to, you know, those previous games, perhaps? Like, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, Eriko got off to an early good start. Picked up quite a few reads, and I think I wonder if like losing that first stock was a bit there because it ended up getting all the way to red in the second stock and started getting a bit more aggressive, but was able to close it out with a D-Sig. So it's going to be really interesting because it's been back and forth all set, and so it's going to come down to Game 5.
Yep, and I wouldn't be to say I'm the guy that predicted this to go to Game 5, but hey, I kind of predicted it to go to Game 5. So let's see here. We got our first Game 5 for today. We'd love to see these close and just interesting matchups here. And it's going to be the same picks from, those previous games. It seems like Era has, given up the Kaya and is just going to be sticking with his Queen Eye, and rightfully so. The Game 4 did went in your favor, and you've made it so far here, and it seems to be working out towards this Lucian. But how does Knic respond now? So after losing that previous game, how does he respond in this Game 5? It seems like he's starting to use the blasters just a little bit more, perhaps. Never mind. He throws it out immediately, goes back to guitars, Jaguar.
Yeah. Oh, good, yeah. Well, I mean, guitars seem to work pretty well, too. I would personally be doing the blasters just because Knic has been spacing the blasters quite well. Especially, like, that seems to be one of the things to keep guitars out of your face there. But I guess you don't need blasters too much if you can just punish Sigs like that with the guitar. So really good punish over there. Another nice punish of the side Sig. And Eriko gets back with recovery. So really just like doing a sort of thing, and there's the D-Sig to catch. So I think the weapon throw set up the D-Sig to take the first stock. So really nice play from Error.
Indeed. And now we're seeing Eriko, I mean, with a lead once again, kind of reminiscent to that last game that we saw where he had a lead and he worked with it. He built the lead for himself. And I mean, it's not an early lead, but still, hey, any lead you can get is going to matter, especially in, these close games. You're going to need it. And that's what Error is, utilizing right now. He has a lead. He's holding his first stock for as long as he can. No weapon in hand, though, but he doesn't care. He's looking to build up any damage he can. Going on arm, just, kicking and wailing. And Knic right now hits that delight into the Sair with the guitar, still weapon starving him, but a ground pound. Another ground pound.
Like this is the time Knic has been there. That this time error code doesn't connect there with Knic with the recovery. Yeah, error code had me worried like Knic was gonna quick. Error had me worried like it would be a reversal.
Yeah.
That's going off stage.
I was definitely expecting a reversal coming in from Knic's end. But he didn't get it. But he was able to get that stock out of there. So. Great stuff coming in from him, but still, the lead has already been established. He's going to have to play this one flawlessly to bring this one back here because it seems like Era is still, his foot is still on the gas pedal. He's still pushing his lead even more, and a big N-Sig does connect. And just like that, once again, Era Code, man, he's up right now against Knic in this Game 5 position.
Right. And this time Knic was well spaced to avoid the side Sig. Nick is obviously respecting the possibility of another ground pound there, but
Just
and
charging
there's the charged Ensig, and Nick does find a way around it and punishes. So
Yeah.
really good job out. I think I knew what Erica was going for. Like you're not gonna be able to avoid it, but Nick pulled it off. And Nick now with blasters gets punished there and digs up guitars again.
Nice
Gets recovery. So Nick is still only in yellow. So
Nice.
I would say this is a really good stock so far for Nick.
Yeah, but
to,
defense from Queen
really
Knic
equalize.
gonna help him out a little bit there. That side sig didn't, it connected, but it did not knock out. Nick here still has Era on the verge of, that's doors, and there we go. Finally, that second stock is out of there. Tied up in the stock count, but still the lead has already been, it's already been established, Jaguar.
Right.
It's on orange health right now, and Nick, he's in a dire spot here, but he needs to hold stage control. He needs to build up this damage, and he needs to build it up quick, and he has the guitars, he has the right weapon to do so, but he needs to keep on, he needs to keep on aggressing against Era. But he has to also play this one safe. He's going to have to play this one very safe because any hits he get right now onto him, any signature could kill perhaps on Queen Knic. So you're going to have to be careful of the side sigs, the end sigs, the down sigs.
Yeah.
There we go. You're seeing
I get
Era
worried if I'm Nick
utilizing
and
it.
see myself being juggled,
Ooh,
especially
down
with
sig.
the sig. It might be tough to avoid. Avoided the weapon toss. Nick on blasters now. What nice interrupted the side sig with weapon throw. But now Nick's in again this precarious position where in there not gonna have trouble landing.
My goodness,
the
this is so close.
Recovery from below, another recovery.
Oh my god!
And now it's last hit red both sides.
No way.
The side sig, not able to get anything off the side light. Nick here gets 2 hits off, not able to get too much more off.
No!
Nick special does not connect, and recovery will take it in game 5, and error code is moving on.
Another upset. Hold up, let me check the C's, right? Yeah, this is another upset. Taking out seed number 2 to get into top 8, and now taking out seed number 3 to proceed into winner side again in winner side top 8. Just amazing gameplay coming in from Era, and utilizing this Queen Knic pick as well too. Wow. You even look at kind of the position that they were in these last stocks. They were deep in the red. You just saw, it was kind of whiff. Then they try to go for the punish. It did not connect, and just coming down to the end, all it took was just that down sig. Once again, just knowing that he was gonna go for that down sig, he was able to space it right and get that recovery, and just like that, Era once again. He lives another day. He lives another day and goes into the winners final.